Hiya, welcome to Darren in the Studio. This is going to be a different kind of video. I've never done a flip through video before, and I'm not sure how long this video is going to take because this book is a pretty thick book. It's Danny Howell at 45. Danny Howell being the artist. And this book really intrigued me when I saw it advertised probably a year or so ago, and I just wanted to check it out. So I picked it up on Amazon. I think this is a first copy, a first press, if you will. Let's have a look, see what the if it says anything about the first pressing details inside. It might do somewhere. We might come across it, but it doesn't really matter whether it is or whether it isn't. What it is, this, if you're not familiar with this book, you might just think that this is a book of photographs of records. But it's not. This book is actually a art work book. These are not actually photographs. These are paintings of records. And what Morgan Howell wanted to do was capture everything about the 45 single. Because there'll be lots and lots of people watching this video that have got 7-inch 45 singles, and this book celebrates those, and also the fact that each copy was always unique to the owner after a while, because you get all the rips and tears and the slight damage to the paper sleeves and things like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip through this book and show you these incredible paintings that Morgan Howell has done. Hopefully you can see this okay. I'm sort of watching through the video plus watching in real time, if you like. There's a little note here from the very famous artist Peter Blake. Morgan has come up with a fascinating new way of looking at the designs of record covers. Maybe pause the video if you want to read that. Fascinating stuff. Again, like I say, this initial section shows you how he went about making these paintings, and they are all paintings. None of these are actually photographs, and it has famous people in here who have made comments and things like that along the way. Here's one from Andrew Marr, BBC broadcaster, journalist and author. Here's T-Rex's single Jeepster from 1971. Here's the original single of it, and this is the painting that was done. And of course he's included all the little marks that were made on the sleeve by the owner at the time, I would have thought. And he wanted to capture all those things, whether they be pen marks, pencil marks, people's names, original price stickers, rips, tears, all those kind of things, like I said before, which make the 7-inch single or any sort of record very unique, unique to its owner. Here's his little studio, or his big studio probably. And these were the size of the artwork. They were actually done huge. I don't know what sort of the size is, but 2 foot by 2 foot, something like that. And here he is looking at them on the floor. These are the finished articles on the floor. And you'll notice also that each one has a spindle, a record player spindle in the middle, and they were all fitted individually. You see this? They were all fitted individually with a record spindle. And here he is in his studio working on a T-Rex one, wanting to paint every single detail. That gives you a better aspect of the size of the paintings. And I think a lot of these paintings were actually purchased by famous sort of music lovers, or music lovers who had pockets and pockets of money. I'd like to have one. That'd be pretty cool. Here's a close-up of the T-Rex Jeepster single. But we're going to go through, that's just his studio, obviously. That shows you how, that's a better one of here. That's a better one of work in progress, if you like. That's T-Rex's 20th Century Boy. That's actually a promo copy of it that he's painted. But like you can see, he's got all the detail of the rips that are on the original cover. Fascinating. Picked this book up, like I said, I think about a year ago or so, maybe a bit longer. And I was really sort of intrigued by it. There's a brilliant one of Bohemian Rhapsody, Queen's Bohemian Rhapsody. And these are the record spindles that he used for each and every record. Each and every painting had a record spindle in the middle. Let's get to the records. Let's get to the paintings. Hank Williams. There's an early one, right? Hank Williams, Your Cheating Heart, 1953. And I'm going to say this all the way through this video. These are not actually pictures of the original singles. These are pictures of the artwork made by Morgan. I'll show you the cover again. Morgan Howell. Called Morgan Howell at 45. And what's great about these is a lot of these have got the original, I think they've all got the original covers with them, as they originally would have been issued back in the day. There's a good Sun Records one, Elvis's That's All Right Mama from 1954. All paintings, not photographs of records, paintings of records. And I love the way he's captured all these little tears and creases and things. There's a Platters, Chuck Berry's Maybelline, 1955. And over here, on this side, you've got people talking about the records themselves. Maybe these are the records that were actually owned by these people. I don't know. This is Fran Healy from Travis saying, I borrowed a cassette from my friend's dad when I was 13. It was an inconspicuous rock and roll greatest hits compilation without its box, containing 20 hits from 20 years before I was born. People talking about the records, famous people talking about records that they bought. Cliff Richard's Tutti Frutti from 55. Johnny Kidd and the Pirates. I played this on my radio show. This song. I played this song on my radio show last week, The Session. 1960, HMB Records. I mean, look at the beautiful artwork of the tear, because we've all got singles with tears on them and things like that. Just seemed to be inherent, didn't it, with buying records like that. Not that I was a really big singles fan, really. I wasn't really massive about singles, if I'm honest. I was never a massive fan of singles. The Shadows. Kenny Lester, Love Letters, 1962. There's a good one. Good Luck Charm, Elvis Presley, from 1962. The original RCA paper sleeve. Shadows. Very famous Stax record label. Booker T and the MG's Green Onions from 1962. If you want to pause the video anytime to read this section, then feel free to do so. Love Me Do by the Beatles. When I first heard about this record, I heard about this book rather. They were talking about it, and he was asked, how he, and what he did was he collected all these records from eBay and stuff like that. And he said a lot of times it was very difficult to get the original sleeves as they would have been released back in the day. But that's what he wanted to do. But he didn't care. As long as it was the original sleeve and the original record release, he didn't care what the condition was like. He didn't mind whether it had, rips and tears and things like that, because that all added to the beauty of the music as well. Martha Reeves and the Vandellas, great song, Heat Wave, on the Tamla Motown label. I think I missed a page there. No, I didn't. Bob Dylan, Blowing in the Wind, from 63. The Beatles, She Loves You, also from 63. Jerry and the Pacemaker, You'll Never Walk Alone. Pacemakers. Here's another promo record. Promo records always had A-side and B-side like this. And the reason was, when you're in the studio as a radio presenter, you don't want to be faffing about looking at what the A-side is, because it's always the A-side that they want to promote. So they always put a massive A on like that, so you could actually see what it was. This is Shirley Bassey's Goldfinger from 1964. John Lee Hooker, wow, Dimples, on the Stateside label, 1964. Again, I'm going to say again, these are not actual photographs of the record. These are paintings, including all this, like the catalogue number, the copyright detail around the sides, and like I said before, all paintings came with this, with a steel record spindle in the middle. That's an odd record label. Davy Jones and the King Bees. Another demo, another promo. Rolling Stones, It's All Over Now, 1964. Again, if you want to look at these paintings in more detail, just pause the video. House of the Rising Sun, The Animals. I actually interviewed John Steele of The Animals, who was on this record, the drummer, many years ago. Nice bloke. Hard Day's Night, The Beatles, from 64. Pie International, the R&B series, Chuck Berry, You Never Can Tell. The Who, I Can't Explain. What I should have done is I should have gone through my singles and dug out the singles that I've got of these paintings. I think I might have this one. I've got some Who early singles. Classic from the Rolling Stones, Can't Get No Satisfaction. Bob Dylan's Like a Rolling Stone. Beatles Help. This was featured in the intro. It's got the original price on it. This came from the Record Centre, 98 cents. Looks like they marked it down to 94 cents, I don't know. Printed in the USA. This is a Beatles import on the Capitol label of the Yesterday single. Recorded in England. Whoops, just bushed the camera, do apologise. Who's My Generation on the Brunswick label. Sweet Talking Guy, the Chiffons, 1966. Four Tops, Walker Ray Renee, another one on the Tamla Motown. Penny Lane, the Beatles, original Parlophone label and sleeve. Again, the detail of the ring wear, the dog-eared curls and the rip. And like I said before, these are not photographs, these are paintings. Incredible. The Derham label, Procol Harlem's White Shade of Pale, 1967. Or DRAM, I think it was DRAM, wasn't it? Waterloo Sunset, the Kinks on the Pie label. Pink Floyd, See Emily Play. Another demonstration record, another promo. Again, it's got the play this record, play this side. This one is, you can see over here, Alfie Boe, the classical singer. He talks about this song. Cream, Sunshine of Your Love. They just look so realistic, right? It's just incredible how realistic these tears and stuff look. 1967, The Small Faces, Tin Soldier. Jackie, White Horses. One of the early Status Quo singles on the Pie label, Matchstick Men. Pictures of Matchstick Men, 1968. Again, another promo single, The Zombies. Wonder Boy by the Kinks. Apparently Wonder Boy was the very first single that Paul Weller ever bought. That's what it would have looked like. Or the painting of it looks like that. MacArthur Park, Richard Harris, very unusual record. Wichita Lineman, which is a great song, right? On the Ember label. Glenn Campbell, 1968. Dylan Jones, the GQ editor, writes about this particular single. Beautiful Apple label in this particular painting. Love the way he's captured the light there where it's creased over on the side. Really good. Hey Jude, another Apple one. Beatles Revolution. I always found it weird the way the Beatles printed black over black like that. A few of their records were like that, which is unusual. I don't know whether. I always thought that the black here on the green wasn't very sort of clear. I don't know. That looks blue. I don't know if that's a black record or a blue record. It might be blue. Looks blue on there. The Reprise label, I got this wrong on a video and I kept saying Reprise all the time when I was talking about Dwight Yoakam on the Reprise label. It's actually Reprise, do apologise. All Along the Watchtower, the Jimi Hendrix Experience. I do have this single, but it's on the, is it Tracks? Not Tracks, might be Tracks label. Simon and Garfunkel, The Boxer, 69. Rolling Stones, here's a great little single cover. Again, just to reiterate, you're going to get bored of me saying this all the time. These are paintings of original singles. And I love the creases here. And the way the record is showing through the die cut single sleeve. 1969 Brown Sugar. Although it says 1969, but it says 1971 here. Not sure what that's all about. Sweet Caroline, Neil Diamond. David Bowie's Space Oddity original, 1969 single. On the Philips label. Who's wrote about this? Jared Mankiewicz. Jared Mankiewicz wrote about that. The Hollies, You Ain't Heavy. And this is obviously the original single was originally ripped all the way across here. Look, down here as well. Single covers never really sort of. I'll be looking at it, it's totally trashed. And this is great because this is the Free, and their single All Right Now from 1970, and it's actually got the name of the person who originally owned it, Lorraine Nicholson, and the artist has included that because he wanted to do that. He wanted to include all the little crazy little nuances that were there. People used to put their names on records, didn't they? And stuff like that. I never did, if I'm honest. I never used to put my name on records. Draw on them and things like that. But as somebody who visits charity shops a lot, I do see a lot of singles and albums with people's names on them and things. Black Sabbath, Paranoid. That says side B on it. Oh, sorry, side B was The Wizard. Elton John's Your Song. Rolling Stones, Give Me Shelter on the London label. Would that be an import then? Because I know that would have been. Would that be Decca in the UK, or had they signed to someone else in the? I don't know. John Lennon, Imagine. Again, this little detail of the rip and the ring wear. David Smith, MBE, Team GB athlete, coach, London 2012 gold medalist, writing about this particular record. T-Rex, we saw this a bit earlier, Jeepster. I love the way he's captured absolutely everything about this single, this particular copy of the single. Of course, all the copies were different. As years went on, you know, they had different sort of scuffs and scrapes and things on them. On the Fly label. I do have this. I should have got them out, shouldn't I? Another of those nice die cut Rolling Stones. Tumbling Dice. 1972. T-Rex, Metal Guru. Look at the beautiful detail that he's done here, not just with the rip, but also with the original illustration of Mark on the record label, and the illustration of Mark that was on the sleeve. I've got a 2 or 3 original sort of T-Rex sleeves like this. Imagine going to the record store and buying that for the first time. and putting Metal Guru on. Amazing. Who talks about this? Johnny Marr, the guitarist and songwriter, famous for the Smiths, of course, but his own stuff as well. 1972. Gene Genie, David Bowie on the RCA label. Original orange label there. Ziggy Stardust. Mott the Hooples, all the young dudes. Again, someone's put a little sticker here on their copy, and the artist has faithfully reproduced that in this painting. Lou Reed's Walk on the Wild Side, great song. Dave Pearce, club DJ and broadcaster, is the guy who's talking about this one. Another T-Rex one. This is another promo copy. 20th Century Boy. That's my favourite T-Rex song. It just rocks. Good stuff. If you get a chance, you should really check this book out. It's superb. It really is. It's beautiful just to look through and wonder at the marvel at the record labels and the covers, and you know, think where these original copies, again, these are paintings, think where these original copies, what kind of life they've had, who had them, you know. Another RCA, David Bowie, Life on Mars. That's a nice one with the original Charisma label. Genesis, I Know What I Like. Another RCA there. I'm not sure whether this particular one, this is Rebel Rebel from David Bowie. I'm not sure whether the art on this cover is actually the original. I've got a feeling this could be the owner's artwork, if you know what I mean. I haven't read through this, but it could be. It could be. Bowie's Fame. Lego David Bowie. Bruce Springsteen's Born to Run on the original Columbia label, 1975. Hole got these little splits and cuts on them. ABBA's Dancing Queen on the Epic label, 1975. Here's a good one. How about this? The original single of Queen's Bohemian Rhapsody from 1975. Beautiful detail of the rip there and the label. Good stuff. Al Stewart, Year of the Cat. Eagles' original Hotel California single, Painting of, 1977. Another Bowie, Heroes. These are all going in years. We're sort of stepping through the years, you know. And you can see how the record, not just the record labels, but also the sleeves, the stock sleeves changed. The Clash. This is a good one because there was obviously different versions of this. June 1978, The Clash. White Man in Hammersmith Palais. Available in a pink cover, a pink cover with a green label, blue cover with a green label, and a yellow label with a green label. No, yellow cover with a green label, that's right. Green cover, green label. I like this one particularly because it's really messed up. And the artist has really gone to great lengths to illustrate the damage done to this original thing. But you couldn't swap out you couldn't put a new cover on it. You wouldn't get rid of this, would you? Because it's got that on it. 1978. Heart of Glass from Blondie. Teardrop Explodes. This looks like the back of the single. Stuart Marconi, who's a big producer here in the UK, a big radio presenter here in the UK, did that one. Two-tone label, which is very distinctive. This is the special AKA's Gangsters. Beautiful. Pink Floyd, Another Brick in the Wall. I do have this single, but I haven't got the original cover. Ramones, Baby I Love You. 99p this cost. Whether that was back in 1980, I'm not sure. It probably wasn't 99p in 1980. I don't know. Wonderful stuff from the album End of the Century. Good album. Produced by Phil Spector. Stiff Records, Madness. Baggy Trousers. This has been played a bit, right? I hope I'm keeping this book in shot. After all this time, it's probably out of shot, I don't know. U2's I Will Follow from 1980 on the Island label. Nice Island cover. Another two-tone, Specials, Ghost Town. Just to reiterate again, these are not original photographs of singles. These are paintings of singles. Even all this detail, this is painted. Elvis Costello and the Attractions. Good Year for the Roses. The Jam. Very distinctive tear in the sleeve. And the way he's also been able to capture the dot printing of the band's name and the A side and B side. Good stuff. 1982. Prince's When Doves Cry. Beautiful bespoke record label. 1984 on the Warner's label. List of Works. There you go. And these goes through now all the stuff that he's done in here. Again, it shows you here how big the pictures are. This is probably an album sleeve. Quadrophenia, probably. The Who. And his Can't Explain painting of the single. This is a good shot of the record player spindle that every single painting is fitted with. I hope you enjoyed this flip through of this book. If you get a chance, pick it up. I picked it up on Amazon. I can't remember how much it was. It wasn't cheap, I'll give you that. But I think it's well worth it. Morgan Howell at 45. It's on the Black Dog Press. I nearly said label there, but you know what I mean. Morgan Howell at 45. I hope you enjoyed this flip through of these brilliant paintings that have captured all the little cuts and tears and blemishes of these record covers. Let me know if you've got any of these singles. Let me know if these were your first singles, or if you've recently picked them up in second-hand record shops and the like. Until next time, remember to like, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, all that kind of stuff. And we look forward to seeing you again in the studio really soon. Thanks for watching, folks. See you soon. Ta-da.